Have you ever wondered why some individuals well into their 70s or 80s move through life with apparent ease and vitality while others of the same age seem weighed down by fatigue and a host of ailments? Perhaps you've seen an older friend or neighbor wake up early, tend to their garden, attend social gatherings, and still have energy left over in the evening. It's easy to assume these people were simply born lucky, with good genes. But research and real-life testimonials suggest that daily habits often play a more pivotal role than we realize. Healthy aging isn't just about avoiding disease. It's about shaping a life filled with purpose, adaptability, and enjoyment, even as your body and mind evolve. In this discussion, we'll explore 6 golden habits that can steer you toward better health in old age. Each practice isn't meant to demand extreme effort or drastic overhauls. Instead, these habits integrate into your daily rhythm, gently reinforcing resilience in your muscles, mind, immune system, and emotional well-being. By the end, you may discover that adopting a handful of simple, intentional behaviors can make a profound difference in how vibrant and independent you feel. Whether you're just entering your 60s or already navigating your 80s and beyond. When we talk about aging well, we often focus first on physical activity, as if exercise alone holds the key to longevity. But one critical habit that spans all ages is learning how to rest and manage stress in a way that nurtures the body rather than depletes it. Many older individuals carry a lifetime's worth of worries, perhaps about finances, family disputes, or personal regrets, leading to chronic stress that wears down resilience. Your body wasn't built to remain in a tense, cortisol-driven state indefinitely. The first golden habit, then, is cultivating daily moments of mental stillness and deliberate relaxation. This could be a few minutes of calm breathing when you wake up, consciously inhaling through the nose for 4 counts, holding for a moment, and exhaling slowly. Or it could be a gentle, reflective time in the afternoon, perhaps sitting on a porch or near a window, letting your eyes rest on something tranquil like trees or a distant skyline. The point is to give your nervous system consistent breaks from racing thoughts or gnawing anxieties. Over time, help regulate your emotional responses, lower your blood pressure and reduce intense emotion, and reduce anxiety. Regulate your heart rate, lower your blood pressure, and reduce intense emotion. Reduce insulin. Some seniors find that a simple gratitude practice, listing 2 or 3 things they appreciate each day, significantly shifts them out of a stress spiral. Stress management isn't about ignoring real problems. It's about ensuring you have the mental space and physiological balance to cope effectively. The second golden habit is embracing the notion of movement as nourishment, not punishment. People who age most gracefully often see physical activity as a form of care for their muscles, bones, and heart, rather than a chore to check off or a harsh regimen to endure. Instead of punishing yourself with strenuous exercises that leave you gasping and sore for days, opt for moderate, consistent, and varied movements that your body can handle regularly. You might incorporate short walks spread throughout the day instead of a single long session that drains you. Interspersing mild strength exercises, like using light resistance bands or doing partial squats with support on different days, can keep your joints mobile and maintain muscle mass without overtaxing you. Activities like Tai Chi or aquatic exercise can deliver cardiovascular and flexibility benefits while sparing the high impact that might aggravate arthritic joints. The goal is to cultivate a sustainable routine that your body can adapt to, rather than forcing progress with intensive workouts. This approach reduces burnout, risk of injury, and the sense of dread that often accompanies the idea of forced exercise. The result is that you'll likely do it more consistently, gleaning real benefits like improved circulation, better balance, and higher energy. Rather than measuring success by how many miles you log or how many weights you lift, look for small but important wins. Can you climb stairs more easily, rise from a chair without strain, or maintain steadier posture during daily tasks? Those are the tangible markers of functional fitness that truly matter in later life. Third on the list of essential habits is nourishing your body with a focus on quality rather than strict calorie counts or fad diets. After 60, your metabolism shifts. Your body's ability to absorb nutrients can decline, and your appetite may change. Many older adults risk malnutrition by eating too little or consuming foods low in vitamins and high in empty calories. Instead, emphasize whole foods, colorful vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, healthy fats, and whole grain. Consider that your protein requirements might actually go up slightly in older age to preserve muscle mass. Yet it's easy to skimp on protein when cooking for one or lacking appetite. You don't need elaborate meals, but make them balanced. Perhaps add beans or lentils to your soups, or include an egg or a handful of nuts to round out your salad. Hydration, too, can become a challenge as thirst signals often weaken with age. Make a habit of drinking water consistently throughout the day, even if you don't feel particularly thirsty. Mindful eating, slowing down to truly taste and enjoy your meals, helps ensure you notice when you're full, but also that you appreciate the food you're taking in. If you struggle with appetite or digestive issues, consult with a nutritionist or healthcare provider for tailored advice. The key is to view food as fuel for longevity, rather than just something that sates immediate hunger. Prioritizing nutrient density over convenience can dramatically affect your energy levels, cognitive function, and ability to fight off infections. The fourth habit that stands out is deliberate social and emotional engagement. Isolation can be a silent thief of vitality in old age, leading to depression, cognitive decline, and even a weakened immune system. Humans are social creatures. We flourish with meaningful connections. Yet as friends or family move away or pass on, it's easy to slip into a routine that lacks regular contact. Combat that by setting up small acts of connection. It might be a daily phone call to a friend, a scheduled coffee meetup once a week, or joining a local group, whether it's a book club, a community garden, or a senior center's discussion circle. If mobility is an issue, technology can bridge gaps. Video calls or online interest groups let you interact without leaving home. Emotional engagement goes beyond just chatting. It's about feeling heard, valued, and able to share experiences with others. You might also volunteer your time if you can, helping out at a local library or community organization, which often fosters a sense of purpose. Purpose is a potent protector against the slump that can occur in later years. Loneliness is not merely an emotional burden, it's a physical health risk, correlated with higher blood pressure and inflammatory markers. By actively seeking social ties or reigniting ones that have lapsed, you create a support network that can keep you resilient against the inevitable challenges of aging. If starting fresh connections feels daunting, you can reach out for smaller steps. Maybe invite a neighbor for a brief conversation or attend a local event once a month. Over time, these seeds of connection can blossom into sustaining friendships or supportive acquaintances. Fifth among these golden habits is developing a flexible mindset about the changes that come with age. Far too often, older adults cling to the idea that everything should remain the same, be it physical abilities, living arrangements, or daily routines, and meet any sign of limitation with frustration or denial. The reality is that your body and circumstances shift, and resisting these changes can foster stress, depression, or a sense of powerlessness. Instead, adopt what psychologists sometimes call a growth mindset, even in older adulthood. This means being open to learning and adapting, seeing challenges like needing a walker or hearing aid as transitions rather than humiliating defeats. Maybe you discover new ways to do tasks you once managed effortlessly, or you experiment with an online grocery service if it's no longer easy to roam supermarket aisles. Embracing change can also mean you remain curious about your evolving interests. If a beloved activity like tennis becomes too taxing, perhaps you transition to doubles or pick up an entirely different hobby that suits your current physical condition. Affirm that aging is not a uniform decline, but a shift of focus. You might relinquish certain capabilities, but gain free time or deeper wisdom to engage with new pursuits. This adaptability can lighten your emotional load, making it easier to roll with daily ups and downs. It also ensures you remain more integrated with the wider world rather than isolating yourself out of frustration that things aren't how they used to be. Let your mind remain as agile as possible, and you may find that each new stage of life, even with its limitations, holds unexpected opportunities for growth or enjoyment. Finally, the sixth golden habit: cultivate a sense of meaning and gratitude that transcends physical achievements or social roles. It's easy to base identity on what you do, your profession, your family roles, or your physical prowess. But as you retire or watch your adult children become independent, you may feel unmoored if you haven't anchored yourself in deeper values. Meaning can come from small daily acts. Maybe you find purpose in maintaining a beautiful little garden that brings joy to neighbors passing by. Or you feel fulfilled writing letters to distant relatives, reminding them of the family's heritage. Gratitude too becomes a powerful compass. Each morning, you might reflect on something you appreciate, perhaps the simple fact that your knees didn't ache too much upon waking, or the comforting taste of your first cup of tea. This sense of gratitude reframes the day's small irritations as overshadowed by small blessings. Scientific research links sustained gratitude to better cardiovascular health, reduced stress hormones, and even improved mental sharpness. Some seniors keep a gratitude journal, jotting down a line or two in the evening about what went well or who they felt thankful for that day. Others practice gratitude silently before each meal, acknowledging the nourishment and the journey that brought the food to their plate. This mindset doesn't erase real problems like chronic pain or financial worries, but it shifts your focus from deficits to the resilient aspects of your life. That shift can be deeply protective against depression and fosters a broader sense that, even in advanced age, life retains moments of sweetness and worth. We've now explored 6 golden habits: daily stress management, moderate and consistent movement, high-quality whole food nutrition, deliberate social and emotional connections, a flexible and adaptive mindset, and a foundation of meaning and gratitude. None of these require expensive gadgets, extreme personal trainers, or rigid timetables. Each habit is about weaving small, sustainable actions into your routine. You might be concerned that it sounds like a lot of change, but realize these habits overlap and reinforce one another. For instance, if you commit to moderate walks daily and practice letting go of unrealistic physical expectations, you're naturally adopting 2 habits: the movement aspect and the mindset shift. If you simultaneously pay more attention to a whole food diet and focus on gratitude, you'll likely notice your stress levels dropping, linking you closer to the first habit of daily calm. The synergy can be remarkable. The real challenge for many older adults is starting. We're creatures of habit, and it's easy to keep living on autopilot. Perhaps you skip stretching because you never used to need it, or you isolate yourself because phone calls feel like a chore. Maybe you see gratitude as a nice idea but not something that changes your daily life. The key is to begin in small increments. No radical overhauls, just gentle, purposeful steps. Perhaps you start with 5 minutes of deep breathing right after getting out of bed. Then, you add a 10-minute easy walk mid-morning, plus a conscious effort to add an extra serving of vegetables or fruit to your lunch. In the early afternoon, you remind yourself to do a few gentle stretches. Over dinner, you share one positive moment from the day with your spouse or friend. Before bed, you reflect on what you're grateful for, or you note it in a small journal. Gradually, these small actions become second nature, forming a chain of wellness that stretches through your entire day. You might worry that it's too late, especially if you've already faced health challenges or if you're in your 80s with limited mobility. But multiple studies show that improvements in balance, muscle strength, mental clarity, and emotional well-being can happen at any age. The body and brain remain adaptable, though the pace of adaptation is slower. Don't let the myth that old dogs can't learn new tricks hold you back. Many seniors start these habits in their 70s or 80s and see meaningful results. Less pain, lower blood pressure, greater ability to handle daily tasks, and a brighter outlook. The real limitation usually isn't your age, but the belief that you're too old to change. Liberate yourself from that mindset, and you open up possibilities for more comfortable and engaged living. If you're concerned about underlying conditions, or you're uncertain about what level of physical activity is safe, consult a healthcare professional. A doctor or a physical therapist can tailor suggestions to your situation. Perhaps you have advanced arthritis or a heart condition that limits certain movements. Even so, The principle of moderate daily exercise, stress reduction, healthy eating, good social ties, adaptiveness, and gratitude can be adapted to any constraint. The beauty is that these habits are inherently flexible. For example, if you can't walk safely outdoors, you might do seated leg exercises or short standing with support routines indoors. If large gatherings are tough for you, focus on smaller, deeper connections with one or two people. The ultimate aim is to shape each habit around what's feasible and fulfilling in your daily life. You may also want to celebrate small victories along the way. Did you manage to reduce your evening stress by journaling for 10 minutes, falling asleep more easily? Did you notice that your posture felt steadier during a short walk because you've been stretching daily? Did a new or renewed friendship brighten your mood, giving you something to look forward to each week? These little milestones reinforce the fact that the changes aren't in vain. They yield tangible benefit. By acknowledging them, you sustain motivation and keep yourself engaged in the process. Lastly, recognize that healthy aging doesn't imply perfection or the absence of challenges. Even with these 6 habits, you'll still face some aches, some emotional lows, or moments of loneliness. That's part of the human condition at any age. But the difference is that you'll be better equipped to navigate those challenges, physically and emotionally. When your body is reasonably mobile, your mind calmer, your connections warmer, and your spirit grounded in gratitude, you have a robust foundation to handle difficulties without feeling overwhelmed. That's what truly defines successful aging. Not the eradication of all problems, but the cultivation of resilience and joy in the face of them. If you ever feel your motivation dip, remind yourself that these habits are gifts you give to your future self. Every time you choose a nutrient-rich meal over mindless snacking, you're nourishing tomorrow's body. Each moment you take to breathe away tension helps shield your cardiovascular system from the damages of unrelenting stress. Each mindful walk or light exercise session invests in your balance and muscle strength, making falls and frailty less likely. Each phone call or meetup with a friend fends off the creeping shadows of loneliness. Each flexible, self-compassionate adjustment to changing abilities reaffirms that you can still shape your own life story. Each note of gratitude keeps your perspective open to the beauty around you, even if it's found in small corners of daily life. These threads, woven together, form a tapestry of well-being that transcends the passing years. To recap in a single flow, build in stress relief or calm moments every day so your mind and body can reset. Engage in moderate, consistent movement that respects your joints and energy levels. Focus on nourishing foods and mindful eating to supply your system with essential nutrients. Nurture social bonds and emotional connections for mental strength and a sense of belonging. Remain flexible in mindset, embracing each stage's changes and possibilities, and practice a spirit of gratitude or meaning, reminding yourself that life at any age can be fulfilling when you know where to look. Mastering these habits doesn't guarantee you'll never experience illness or hardship, but it does maximize your capacity to remain strong, purposeful, and lighthearted in the face of whatever arises. Ultimately, that's the essence of healthy aging. Living each day with a balanced approach that honors both the limitations and the ongoing wonders of an aging body and spirit. So now is the time to discover and commit to these 6 golden habits. Start small. Pick one habit that feels most aligned with your needs. Maybe you desperately want to improve your dietary choices, or maybe the first step is forging new social connections after a period of isolation. As you find your footing, layer in more. Reflect on your progress with kindness rather than criticism. If you stumble or have an off day, that's normal. Just resume the habit next chance you get. Over weeks and months, you'll feel the cumulative effect: less tension in your muscles, a calmer mindset, a sense of not being alone, and a body more prepared for the joys and demands of everyday life. Embrace this journey, and remember that even well into your later decades, the path to better health and contentment is far from closed. It's simply waiting for you to take those consistent, mindful steps forward.